Alright, welcome back to my Farming Simulator 25 small equipment playthrough series, and today we will be cultivating our own fields. In yesterday's episode, I did just some pure sound and video of me and a farmhand cultivating another farmer's fields, but today it's going to be all our own fields. So, let me let's get started here. So I'm going to be using the farmalls today. I'm going to be using the big farmall and the little farmall, the farmall H. The big farmall is a little bit overkill for the harrows we have, but it, you know, it doesn't matter if it's overkill. It'll be fine. Not going to be using the crawler tractor today, because I don't want to have to trailer anything in, and that would be way too slow to take on the road. So let me hook up to the cultivator, and this thing is slow in reverse. But yeah, we're gonna send this on its way with a farmhand driving it, and then we'll be following, probably not too closely, in the farmall. Alright. Set destination. Let's say here. She's on her way. Alright, now to get hooked up in the big farmall. So, no plowing this year. We are going to be liming and fertilizing the fields this year, though. So, that'll be our task for this year. This'll be easy. This'll be really quick. But liming and fertilizing will be slower. Alright. Hang left here. It's cloudy, but I actually really like how it looks today. Oh, I should change the, there we go. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've used the 1206 for anything other than the front end loader. But, you know, this should be more than good enough for the harrows that we have. I mean, really, I don't really know how it would work to pull 2 harrows with this thing, but I think this thing is powerful enough that it could pull 2 of these harrows easily. It's some kind of strange side-by-side rig. But, yeah. Pulled it a little bit far into that intersection, but you can see the other farmall on the road ahead of us. He's got a little bit, or I should say she's got a little bit slower of a top speed, but she also has a head start on us, so I don't think we'll catch up too quick. Yeah. This is pretty, usually harrowing, cultivating is pretty fun. So this should be a fun episode, I think. Yep. Oh man, that field hasn't been harvested yet. I absolutely love seeing these golden fields of grain. Rain, the forecast is calling for rain today. I'm not sure if we'll get that while we're in the process of cultivating. I think it's not supposed to be until later in the day, so probably not. But, that'll be fine. You know, the worst thing that happens if it rains is that we get a bit muddy. Now we're catching up. Oh, yeah, weeds are already starting to grow. Unfortunately, there isn't... I should probably check the mod hub to see if there's a good small pesticide sprayer. Because there isn't really a good small pesticide sprayer in the base game, unfortunately. Alright, this guy is gonna go in the little field. So we will start with up and down. Sounds good to me. And off you go, buddy. Alright, we're gonna handle the big field. No, not really that big of a field, but that's what we're gonna handle. Oh yeah, and I should check something quick. Oh. Quick autosave. When is the best selling season for barley? Big scrolling. Wow, we have 9,000 liters of barley. Looks like the best selling season is in December, so we've got a while to wait still. Alright. Here we go. Yeah, this is gonna be really quick, and this is hardly even taxing this tractor. These harrows, it's a little bit of work, or, well, it's more than a little bit of work for the Farmwell Super H. But for this tractor, it's, I mean, the tractor hardly even notices that you're pulling something. It's just really quick. Oh, that was a little bit of a bump in the field there. Yep, so we're just gonna do a couple laps of headlands, then we'll proceed to the up and downs. There we go. The game, sometimes the game takes a little bit for the ground texture to update, but it's okay. Yep. It's nice to be back working on our own fields. Always, it's just more satisfying to work in your own fields, I feel. I do think, speaking of yield improvements, since we're going to be liming and fertilizing, I think we could use another, I think we could use a roller on these fields. I've never used a roller before in Farming Simulator. I know it's something that, I mean, obviously it's something you can do in this game, because otherwise I wouldn't be talking about it. But I've never used a roller, and I don't know how expensive one is. So, I mean, this year we probably won't be doing it because we just don't have that piece of equipment, and I don't know how good the yield improvement from it is. I think it's something that improves the seed bed in real life, and that's why you do it. But in Farming Simulator, you just do this kind of stuff because the game tells you to, you know? But, yeah. Oh, excuse me. As my wonderful grandma asked about already today, I have had a cup of coffee for the day already. I slept in a little bit this morning. I stayed up late last night. Stayed up until 10:30, which is pretty late for me. But, wow. He is making quick work of that field. Well, it is a lot smaller of a field. We wasted a little bit of time with checking in on stuff. Yeah. Looks like we're almost done with the headlands here. In fact, we are done. So now we proceed to the up and downs, which should be pretty quick. So I think in this episode we're gonna have time to do the fertilizing and the lime spreading. Should have time to do that. I'll probably fast forward through that though, because our hand spreader is it is a little bit slow, to say the least. But it's what we got to do the job. I was considering, and I'm in fact still considering, getting a little tractor-mounted fertilizer spreader unit. Not a big one, just a little one, like you would see, like would not be unreasonable to see on a farm like this. But that would be a lot quicker than the hand spreader. And the hand spreader we could just use for like salting our property and stuff like that for the winter. So, I'll see about that. But, yeah. I've also been thinking, I actually started recording a mission in Train Simulator Classic yesterday. Unfortunately, so that game is really finicky about mission objectives, and I failed the mission 2 times in a row, and I stopped recording after that. But that could be, I think that game would suit this channel perfectly. And I love playing train sims. So the DLC module I was playing in that game was the Clinchfield Railroad, which is an 80s era class 1 railroad. Nowadays that railroad is all CSX. It's just part of CSX now. The railroad itself doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, it's coal country railroading, which is pretty cool. Appalachian area. So that could be pretty fun, I think. I just have to, finally get recording right in that game. But that could be pretty fun, I think. And I want to do more on this channel than just one farming simulator playthrough. I don't know how wise it is to take up too much at one time, but I just like recording and editing videos. I just find this really fun. I have a great time doing it, otherwise I wouldn't do it. It's my free time. I don't do things I don't like to do with my free time. Saying that made me sound really spoiled. I do things that I don't like to do that you have to do sometimes during my free time. But I wouldn't be doing this series if I didn't like doing it. And doing more stuff like this sounds great. I'm already thinking of what the next farming simulator series could be. I have some plans already. I'm thinking maybe a big tractor Canadian farm would be would be really cool to do. But that is for the future. I'm not going to do more than one farming simulator series at a time. I want to focus on getting this one done before we do that. But yeah, this yeah, wow, the AI worker already got done the other field. We're close to being done here, so we're not lagging too far behind, even though we spent some time yammering and checking stuff. But yeah, I think I would love to do something. I mean, this in and of itself is something different than they usually do. And a big farm, big tractor playthrough would likewise be different from what I usually do. So, and especially, I've never played on a Canadian map in this game before, or in any farming simulator game, so that would be cool. The map I was thinking of is Nadenthal, which is a real-life based map. It's based on the area around a town in southern Manitoba. And I think that would be really ripe ground for a big equipment playthrough. And I think we could do, maybe we could do livestock too. I mean, we have a little bit of livestock here. We have goats. But, yeah, I think having a little bit of livestock stuff, or even doing a main livestock farm, would be really cool. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling after the end of this series. Maybe I'll decide to do something completely different. But, yeah. That's just what I'm thinking of right now. And, I think that, sorry, I'm just clearing up this little bit of, this little patch here that I saw, because that was going to bother me otherwise if I left it. But yeah, that was just what I was thinking of doing. And, yeah, we got this done way quicker than I expected to. I guess that's the power of having two tractors. So, I'm going to have a farm-all take, or not a farm-all, a farm worker take this tractor back to the farm, and then I'll finish up the few scratches that are left in the field with the little farm-all. And does she know where to go? Yeah, looks like she's got it figured out. Just take care of these few little scratches left in the field. And I think we have plenty of time before planting season starts. That's a nice thing with barley, is that it gives you time in between harvesting season and planting season. With wheat in this game, you're pretty much done. You're done harvesting, and then right away it's time to dig up the fields and plant again. So you really have to be working, you know, on a clock. But barley is slightly more laid back, which is nice. Alright, this little scratch mark here should be the last bit that's left. And it looks like we're done here. So I will head on back, and I think I will make the return trip a time lapse. So I will see you at the end of that. almost back at the farm. Looks like the AI worker already got here, which is good. So I'm just gonna park up the cultivator. And then I'm gonna check and see about that fertilizer spreader. I want to see, the thing I want to check is if it can also spread lime. I'm hoping it can, but you know, we'll see. So I'm just gonna park up here for now. I'm not gonna put this tractor away in the barn just yet. Alright, and now do the same with 1206. Up. This thing is so much faster in reverse than the Super H. Lower that down. Detach. Should also check in on the goats and the greenhouse, see if there's anything more we can do with those. Alright, let's see about that. No, we don't need that. Let's see about that fertilizer spreader. It can't do lime. Dang. Phew. Is it still worth it even if it can't do lime? It is expensive. That is tough. It has a 14-meter working width, which is way better than what ours that we have right now can do. I mean, because it's PTO powered, so it just has way more throw. You know what? I'm not going to worry about that right now. So I'm just going to... Let's see here. Fertilizer. How much does lime cost? Lime is cheap. So I'm just going to... go pick that up at the store, and I'm just gonna cut that out, and then I'll cut back to when we're back here. So I'll see you at the end of that. Well, you won't even see it. You'll just... Anyways, I'm gonna cut that out. So I'll see you. Alright, I have loaded the truck up, and now we can head over to the field to spread the lime. So this unfortunately will probably take a while, so I think I'm gonna fast forward through all of it, but we'll at least do the drive over in real time. This is gonna be the first time I've actually limed a field in this game. I don't usually do lime spreading, but, you know, I decided I'd play this playthrough with all of the field maintenance stuff on, from field stone to periodic plowing to lime spreading. So this is going to be a new experience. And unfortunately, it's going to be a new experience with a hand spreader, which is going to be pretty slow. But, you know, sometimes you just have to bite the bullet in the name of economy, of cheapness. So, yeah. I haven't done this for any other equipment in playthrough, but I am going to use the GPS lines in Well, actually, I have used the GPS lines for modern equipment, which would have GPS. But I am going to use the GPS lines for the hand spreader, um, just because otherwise it's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. But anyways, looks like we're already here, so it's time to get down to business. I'll see you at the other end of the probably very long, fast forward. So, see you at the end of that. Alright, the sun is getting low now, so I think I will finish this task another day. But, in the meantime, thank you all for watching. This has been a very productive episode, and I hope you all come back next time. Bye-bye for now, and have a good one.